All right, yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, Jaden says his coaching. Yeah, Stacy says Zion at the point I don't start. You start. I don't you know what? I thought about that, Stacy. Like you mentioned Zion at the point and him holding the ball. I don't even think Willie Green gonna even do that. And if he do that, he ain't gonna stick to it. You know, he's seen games before, and I don't want to dump on Willie Green. There'll be plenty of time for that. But remember those games that you've seen Willie Green get out there and Willie Green would have Zion. They would operate point Zion. The team couldn't stop him. The Pelicans would get a good win. They beat the team by, 8, 9, 10 points. And then they'll ask him in the press conference. They'll say, hey, Willie, Zion, point Zion. Yeah, it looks good. We step with it. And then the next game, he come back and do something totally different. That's the thing about Willie Green is like, this guy don't have any memory. Why would you go away from what works? But he did that all the time because he didn't know what he was doing. You never, even the rules to winning, if you found something that worked, you never go away from it, especially if you got an ultimate mismatch player like Zion Williamson, who can create space and easier wide open shots for his teammates. Why would you go away from Zion Williamson healthy, controlling the ball and doing what he did to dominate teams? The very next game, Willie Green will go away from it. Go away from it and have CJ McCollum holding the ball. Then CJ McCollum shooting the ball, not distributing it. And I'm like, and Zion running down the court and don't even touch the ball. And he's standing up there with his arms full. I say, this guy's don't know what he's doing, man. How you never supposed to, if you got a guy that's like that, you ride the hot horse. You ride the horse. That's what you do. You got a guy right there that's an ultimate matchup nightmare. Very few people can stand in front of him with his size. You got to know how to get that guy involved, let him touch the ball as much as he can. He knows how to pass to wide open people. You got to play through your star. Willie Green just didn't do that. Willie Green would do it the one game, and the next game he'll go away from it. He had no memory for what worked and what to stick with. And that's was something that was very weird about him. Almost like he wasn't actually the head coach. It's like somebody telling him what to do. It's a weird thing, because it's very weird. Because somebody that knows what they talking about will get intricate. And what I mean by intricate, they wouldn't keep regurgitating the same things that you heard. Like when we played that interview, people was mad at me that I played the last Willie Green interview because like you just wasted our time. Why? Because he said the same bullshit he was saying game after game like it was a script. Usually coaches know how to switch it up because they are trained to not be monotonous and not be repetitive and not be able to keep saying the same stuff over and over again so that the players lose focus. If you're not reaching them that way, you got to flip the message, say it a different way. And if you don't catch them there, you got to do it the next, go to the next and go with the next, go with the next. That's what you got to do. If you don't do that, your message is stale. And that's why I'm like looking at Willie Green, very weird. Because it's almost like he a robot and he just say the same dumb shit all over again. The same stuff, nothing specific. Yeah, we got it. Just basic basketball babble. Just get up there and say the basic shit that that the base reporter would know. You just say the same dumb shit over again. Yeah, we got to keep the turnovers down. We got to do it. But come on, we know that. Well, how you going to do it? That's the part that if you're a real coach, tell me how exactly you're going to do that. What philosophy are you going to use to talk to your players that you're supposed to be a defensive coach? How are you going to stop them from doing what they're doing, being a bad defensive team, being stupid on the defensive end, being lazy, overcommitting, not communicating on the basketball court? How are you going to stop them from doing that? Because they do it repetitively and consistently. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? He don't have no answers. He got all the basic stuff. That's what I'm saying. You've been cheating. You've been cheating here. Now, what I mean by cheating is you found a sucker here. You found a person running the team that is not valuing winning championships until people get mad at her and threaten to take their tickets away. Then she won't talk about winning no championships. They wasn't talking about winning nothing before. They was talking about just sustainable winning and all that dumb shit. No, we don't care about all that. We want to see this basketball team go out and perform and play difficult and hard every night and create a name for themselves. We don't want to play the Pelicans. The Pelicans rough us up. They kick us in the ass. They do all this kind of stuff. They rough down there. They got a reputation. We don't enjoy going down there. That's what I want. I don't want them to come down here and it's an easy out. Or they just the Pelicans, like Draymond said. So, I mean, like I said, it's basic basketball babble when it comes down to Willie Green. For the last 5 years, the guy been down here for 5 years now? And we have not seen what we need to see for him to do anything with this team. You have to play through your star Zion Williamson. If point Zion is a thing that's going to guarantee us wins, and he could work because Zion Williamson, as you know, he's not a turnover prone type of player. Zion Williamson is actually is pretty good with the ball in his hands. He has a good temperament. And then on top of that, when guys close in, because he's been double teamed his whole damn life, he knows where to pass out of the double team at. He knows where guys are situated at. You know, remember he had them couple of games last year when he had a double doubles. I mean, didn't he have a triple double game, a couple of double doubles, a triple double game? Zion passing and distributing and scoring, getting guys involved. That's how you win. But you following basketball fundamentals when you play through your superstar. When you play through your superstar, good things always happen. You play through your superstar. That's something we consistently haven't done. And a lot of times Zion hadn't been available, but when he's out there and they didn't play, he would be running around. He won't touch the ball. You see DJ McCollum was shooting the ball, just jacking the ball up. There was no sets being run. It was just stupid. So the man is on the clock, man. That's the bottom line. So that's why I'm saying basic basketball babble is Willie Green. That's what he's guilty of here. We need to see more, man. And perhaps this is the year when all that fake shit is going to be gone. I'm telling y'all, watch. And it's only so long. What Pac says, it's only so long for fake thugs to pretend. Shout out to Tupac. Bird Talk said that might have been DG's fault, Big Q. Okay, thank you, bro. Appreciate you that. All right. Okay, much love. Thank you there. Thank you, bro. I'm trying to say your name there. What up? Cuz 23. Okay. Been waiting for y'all for a minute. Love the pod. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Much love to you, man. Molly said Green is about to get fired. Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. Gail had no business keeping Willie this year. Now she interfering with the best. She been doing that. She did that because Griffin wanted to get rid of Griffin wanted to fire Elvin Gentry. Remember, history repeats itself. This happened 3 years and this happened 3 times in a row. It happened. The first time it happened was when Tom Benson had the team and Dale Demps got hired on to be the general manager. I think Demps was here with Monty for like 2 or 3 years, or 2 years or so. And Monty and Dale Demps didn't like each other at all. Dale Demps was asking Tom Benson to fire him, and he had his, he wanted to bring his own guy in there. But he asked him, he wanted to fire him. But Monty Williams knew that, and Monty said, hey, man, if I get this team to the playoffs and I keep my job. And Tom Benson told him yes. When he got the team to the playoffs, Dale Demps fired the man. That's how rotten and underhanded. That's why people hate Dale Demps. Like we played the stuff with Kendrick Perkins going off on him. Kendrick Perkins hate Dale Demps. Another person that really hates Dale Demps too is Magic Johnson. Why Magic hates Dale Demps? Because Magic Johnson was trying to trade with Dale Demps with that AD situation. And Dale Demps was the one that released the information about the trade, and that poisoned Magic's team and ultimately led to Magic stepping down. And that's how Rob Pelinka got the job. Go back. That was Dale Demps. Dale Demps released the information about the trade. It was basically the trade trying to trade. Demps was a snaky dog. There's a hot seat with razors on it in hell waiting for Dale Demps when he get on out of here. Rotten ass dog. People want to knock the piss out of him because with how you do business, lying to people and all this kind of stuff. But in the end, you had that kind of stuff going on. He wanted to fire Elvin Gentry. I mean, not Monty Williams, but he actually fired Monty and hired Elvin Gentry based on freaking charts. He said they asked him, well, what? Because he talked to a bunch of people that was actually better than Dale Demps, and he settled. On Elvin Gentry. I'm sorry. And that were actually better than Gentry, and he settled on Gentry. They asked him what made him stick out. And and that asshole said he had set up charts in my office and told me how he can get us to win. He set up charts. That was one of the more, this dumbass. That's what you had. That's what I was saying about Joe Dumas. Man, y'all count your lucky stars. We done seen some filth and idiots, man. I'm telling you, finally, when they fired Dale Demps was after AD walked out of the arena, and that's all folks' shirt and all that. Gail was pissed and she fired him on the spot. Then she hired that other asshole we had last year, brought him on here. And then he wanted to fire Elvin Gentry. She said no, because he's a nice man. So so he kept him, and he when he failed, then he fired him. Then he hired the next guy, which was, who was it? Van Gundy. Van Gundy wasn't looking for no jobs. None of that. It was other people available. Man was still talking about the game, and that was all him. And that didn't work. Ingram got him out of here. Then there's this all this kind of old stuff. But in the end, what I'm saying is she got a history of interfering and shit. She don't have no idea what she's talking about. But in the end, it's only so long before you going, that'll stand before he got to get out. He got to show if he can coach what he getting, because Joe gave him a team that should be able to win. You should be. Truthfully speaking, if you're a competent coach in Dale Demps, I keep saying Dale Demps, Dale Demps. But if you got a competent team, what Joe Dumars is giving you, which is this team here, and you got this damn team here, and you got all these guys healthy, probably the only guy that's not going to be healthy is DeJounte Murray. Realistically speaking, with Poole, Herb, Trey, Zion, Kevon Looney, and then off the bench, Jose, Jordan Hawkins, Jeremiah Fears, Sadiq Bey, Derek Queen, PV, Mekovic, those guys, Trey, you should have at least 45 wins, 40 to 45 wins, at the very least 40 to 45 wins. If you're just a basic coach, a decent coach, follow the fundamentals, set your offense up correctly, just be defensive minded, just work your team, make sure they get back, set up your sets right, make sure they intellectually intelligent in terms of the defense sets and the offensive sets, just getting them to practice on the free throws when they get this opportunity to get to the foul line, just being fundamental there, just having them traits there. And like I said, man, this past season, it was too much going on in the NBA where there was so many really good coaches that was available, that's still available. Taylor Jenkins is still available. So is Malone. They're going to wait till the next hire. They know that some guys are going to get fired and they're just waiting in the wings. They're just sitting there waiting in the wings. It's always a coach that's going to get fired. And Willie Green's the first up. You got to do something with this team. You can't look at this team and tell me this team ain't no team that can't win at least 40 games, 45 games with this talent here, man. It's all on the damn head coach. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Anyway. Yeah, that's right. Slim. He called Dale. That's right. The late great David Stern, one of my favorite commissioners. He called him a dummy. He said this guy didn't know what he was doing. Because remember, Dale Demps was running the Pelicans. They were the Hornets at the time, where the ownership Shin sold the team to the NBA, and the NBA was running the team. They were actually running the team, and Stern was telling Demps what to do. And he was just. I remember he had the interview where he just talked all about it, man. Dale Demps was a piece of garbage, man. He was a piece of garbage. But anyway, like I said, count your lucky stars. You got Joe Dumars. That's the best administrator you ever had. And the guy, giving them a good team. This is a good team. Despite these other guys, I don't even think they can dribble a basketball, from ESPN telling you, I didn't know it's a mind-boggling trade to go get Queen. Like Queen is not a top 10 player in the draft. You look at the ESPN, go back and do your research. If you look at the ESPN rankings on the players prior to the draft, they had Queen inside the top 10. They had both Fierce and Queens as top 10, top 15 players. And if you was able to get two of those, you was doing good. Well, it was the unprotected. Let me tell you something. Nobody don't give a damn about that unprotection. If the Pelicans are winning and they getting into the playoffs and nobody cares about that. We don't care about that. They trying to win and change the culture now. We don't care about that bullshit. And nobody's going to care about that when they start winning. And we will start winning. You better believe that. We going to win this shit. It's crazy. People that can't even dribble a damn basketball and try to do that unprotected pick. Oh my God. This other son bitch nose look like a slide, a playground slide. He holding his head like this, talking shit. I'm like, man, what you talking about, bro? You don't have a crystal ball because of that. The team believed in the player, and in they have Queen as a top 10 guy. You get Queen and Fierce. Fierce was looked at as the best point guard in the draft. They had other guards that can distribute the ball, but to get a guy that young, and they were looking at him like he was a top 10 pick. They were looking at Queen like one of the best big mans in the game. Both of them guys were ranked high in terms of what they were. But all of a sudden, when you trade to go and get them and it's unprotected, now all the world is burning up. Man, shut up. It's crazy how these people be. They did it because they know they got guys on 2-year windows that are big parts of the teams. And Kevon Looney all are on 2-year contracts, meaning that the Pelicans have a 2-year window to compete. They got to do it now. and you got players within the window like Zion and Trey. There is no more, hey man, look, when the Pelicans reach their potential, none of that, bro. Willie Green been here for 5 years. You know, Zion is in the big money parts of his contract. Trey got his big money now. Herb got another contract. You see what I'm saying? These guys are in big money now. This team is realized now they got to hit it and go now. And ain't no more, this is a young team. And when they get there, no, this is a mature team that has to win right now. And that's why Joe Dumars is moving like that. He understands it, even though they don't. All right, yeah, there you go. Bird Toss said, boy, everyone jumped on the Pels about the pick, even people with on the yeah, they talk what the Pelicans are doing. And all they was doing was regurgitating what they seen on ESPN. That's all that was, or what they seen on Fox. That's all they was doing. Because realistically, you shouldn't be acting like that about the pick until you see if the pick panned out. And you won't see if the pick panned out until a whole year into the process at the very least. So what you wigging out for? Oh, it was unprotected. Somebody, what about next year? It's supposed to be 20. They said that about this draft. They said that about every damn draft. That, the 2025 draft going to be off the train. The 2026, they say that shit every year about every draft. Y'all know that. They said every year they say the same shit. That this draft going to be better than next year's draft. That's what they do. They say to get you to watch. That's what they do every year. They do it every year. So I don't understand the mindset of them wigging out on an unprotected pick when you need to wait a whole year to see if the damn pick pan out. You don't have a crystal ball. If you did, you wouldn't be working at Fox. You dummy. Dude, they just need something to talk about that seem like it's deep. Shit ain't deep. Joe Dumars, I got faith in Joe Dumars. I got faith. I know when I say that I want my team to play rough like them Detroit Pistons teams did. Hell, I want my team to play rough like the Detroit Pistons playing last year. I would settle for that. Like what Detroit was doing last year, getting rough and all this kind of stuff, tapping into their true identity. That's how you get respect. That's how you get respect from people, man. All this dumb shit that Griffin was talking about last year. We're good guys and all that, man. Shut up. This is basketball, man. You get respect by how physical and intelligent you play. And I'm ready for that play this year. That's what I'm looking forward to. All right. Anyway. All right. I'm going to get ready to go, man. Let me get some comments. Slim says, I like our picks, but the national media hates the Pels. That's why. Indeed, bro. But we starting to see a softening effect. Two of the biggest haters of the Pelicans was Kendrick Perkins and Draymond Green. That's two of the biggest people that disrespected the Pelicans. This year, they're not doing that. I just played a video for y'all with Draymond Green saying that the Pelicans are going to be a surprise team in the West. That's what Draymond said. Draymond consistently over years talked about how soft the Pelicans was and that Pelicans ain't going to do nothing. That's what he said. Now I played the video early in the show with him saying that the Pelicans going to do something. I showed the video on the channel about Kendrick Perkins backing the Pelicans. Two of the biggest Pelican haters are now on the Pelicans. Why? Because they see what's about to happen. They see that Joe Dumars is here. He moved all that softness out of town. His main talking point when he got in there is about toughness. He even did his hand like that. It's about toughness and having that in the team. That's what you got to start. You got to have that identity because people not going to respect you if you're soft and you're dumb. Don't work like that. You're a pushover if you're soft and you're dumb. People that get respect are intelligent, physical people that's about that business. That's what I'm talking about. So Willie Green gonna have to step his ass up or step out, and it's gonna be what it is. There you go, beekeeper, grown man basketball, baby. That's what I'm talking about, man. You ain't lying. Boy, that's what I'm talking about. Grown man basketball is back in the Big Easy, baby. I like that what I'm talking about, man. I got bucked up on that, boy. Grown man basketball. That's what I'm talking about. Grown man basketball back in the Big Easy. How about that? I like that. They need to put that up there for the market in there. That's what we need to do. All right, my dog stays saying Pelicans have one of the deepest front courts in the NBA now. So it's like, is it a question? What's the question now? We all like the faithful that know about the Pelicans know that the issue with the Pelicans going into the season is only two things. Number one, can they stop the injury bug? Number two, can that head coach get the shit straight? You can flip flop them either which way. But at the end of the day, those two things are the concern for the Pelicans. And I guess you would state that the coach would be ranking one, because if you have all this talent and you got a coach that don't know how to use them, and then he goes and do all this dumb shit like he did over the last several years, where he's sitting up there folding his arms and the guys ain't running those sets or nothing. They're not doing anything valuable and people turning them over. And it's just, I hate to see when the Pelicans play OKC. OKC they just run the Pelicans off the floor. They turn them over. They run down there and dunk on them. And it's just incredibly stupid. You can see the coaching difference, the intelligence difference, like having a bar. You playing Street Fighter and you got the bar, the health bar. It's like when you see, when the coach gets there, Dagnall gets there, his coaching bar is way out here like this and here. And Willie Green, it's like, bro, listen, we got to change all that, man. We got to change that shit. All right, Bird Talk says, Q, you think David Griffin had Willie hands tied? I'm not buying that, bro. I talked about that before. I think to a degree he did. Like, he would control the health staff. He would take Zion Williamson away from him. A lot of that was David Griffin, because a lot of the other players were handled differently. But David Griffin handled Willie Green's had his hands tied as far as Zion is concerned. He would take Zion and tell him he can have him for this game, or he'd take him out of there, whatever else. But still, you got a coach. And to a degree, I don't know if he had his hands tied. I think Willie Green mimics David Griffin. I think Willie Green was picked by David Griffin because Willie Green's a company man. Willie Green don't fight for his team. Remember with Willie Green, and I'm going to say this and then I'm going to leave because I don't want to dump on Willie Green. Trust me, we got plenty of time for that. And I don't need to use it all tonight. Let's just say, let me kind of spread it out over the next several months. We got plenty of trash to dump on top of Willie Green. And plus, you're going to give you plenty of material as well. But the thing about Willie Green is, remember, David Griffin picked Willie Green. He picked him after Stan Van Gundy. After the 1 year, he got Willie Green. Remember how it all went. Willie Green got the job because, remember, the Pelicans didn't want Willie Green. They wanted Jacques Vaughn. Who I think he went to the Nets or whatever. Because he didn't take the job, and he literally did an interview later on about why he didn't. And they asked him why you turned the Pelicans down. He said, because I won't pick my own team. He kind of let the deal out of what was going on. And basically what's happening was Willie Green, to get the Pelicans job, he had to accept the majority of the coaches from another man's staff already. He had to let David Griffin pick his staff. And that's how he took that job under those conditions, because he knew he wasn't going to get no coaching job before. Wasn't going to get no coaching job. With David Griffin picked Willie Green because that's his coach. And Willie Green is a David Griffin type of dude. He never fought David Griffin. He never went to the media or went to anybody to try to fight to wrestle his team away from David Griffin. He never did that. Matter of fact, it ain't hard to understand why Willie Green lost the Pelicans last year, calling them soft and all this F stuff, when Willie Green is the softest cat in the damn building besides David Griffin. He was the one that was running around teaching these weak ass principles, didn't want to use aggressive verbiage and all this type of stuff. He didn't want to do it. He was mimicking everything that David Griffin did, because him and David Griffin went together. They was perfect for each other in that bull crap. They was. And Willie Green's a company man. Willie Green's is a company man. He's an establishment man. He won't fight for you. He won't do that. That's what he said. Didn't he tell y'all that? That I don't want to get no fines. I want to keep my little money in my pocket. But anybody smart knows that if you go to bat for your players, especially for your superstar, that the majority of the time the superstars will pay your goddamn fine. Stupid ass. And what good is you not going to bat for your players if they're not going to play for you? You ain't going to have a job, dummy. So at the end of the day, this is what you got, because it's a company man. Don't separate the two. Those guys came together like that because they worked together. That guy don't fit no Joe Dumars. I don't care if he's from Detroit and Joe Dumars played up there in Detroit. They're two separate type of people altogether. If Joe Dumars had the power, he would have fired Willie Green and went and got another coach that know what they're doing. Because very few, you looked at what Willie Green did last year with this team. He didn't deserve to keep this team. He lost the team. He lost them. He said stuff like that. He's soft. He don't know what he's doing. And he's not developing into a coach. The guy tried. He failed. It happens all the time. Guys try to be coaches and it don't work out. They get fired. But this didn't happen here because Gail prevented them from firing Willie Green. But notice everybody else is gone. except for Willie Green. Everybody else is gone. Swin is gone. David Griffin left Swin. All these people, Bryce, all of them gone. All of them gone. His support staff that was rocking with Willie, the supporters at the top of his top people in the exec level, gone. Ain't nobody there for him. It's all new people. The new hire, the new assistant coach hire is a Troy Weaver guy. He's on notice. You had an opportunity. If you don't get this team to win, then you got to go, man. I'm tired of all of this. All right. Anyway, Nardi says, I need 50 wins. That's not too much to ask for. It's not what a team is. Like I said, fam, listen, I'm going to say this before I go. The reality is the Pelicans aren't, remember, we went through this for years, right? We talked about 4 or 5 years ago when Zion came on the scene in 2019. It's 2025, family. Whatever we was talking, man, when he gets to this year and all this kind of stuff, Trey Murphy, boy, we got Trey and all this kind of stuff and ended that. Nah, it's time. It's go time now. It's go time now. So with us seeing them talking about potential, all that kind of crap, that's over with. It's go time now. It's go time now. And then it's time to go. It's time to handle business. So there it is. All right. Anyway, but yeah, I appreciate the question, Bird Talk, but I don't separate the two. Remember, Willie Green, just keep that in mind. Willie Green took that job. David Griffin, he knew he wasn't going to ever be a coach nowhere. They could talk Phoenix talking all that stuff about they looking at, man, them people, that's bull crap. Notice they ain't go after him. They really wasn't. They know crap from sugar, man. Let me tell you something. Nobody, Willie Green has not, and most of them coaches don't talk about Willie Green's intelligence as a basketball coach. They like Willie Green. He's such a nice guy. Nice guy, and ain't got nothing to do with his basketball intelligence or winning on the court. He does not know how to consistently use his best players to get the best outcome. He's shitty in adjustments. It's just a bunch of stuff I care not to go over, man. But I'm just happy that we're here now because now we got somebody in here that know what they're doing. And now the pressure is on what is supposed to be the head coach to produce or be gone, period. All right. Anyway, with that being said, man, I'm going to get ready to get out on that. Listen, man, I appreciate y'all listening at me tonight. Pelican post-game report. Y'all do me a service, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and by all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. But listen, the bottom line is this. This is go time for the Pelicans. That's why Poole and Sadiq Bey and Kevon Looney, all with these years. Zion Williamson got his big money. Trey Murphy's getting his big money. Herb got his big money. It's time. It's time. Jordan Hawkins coming into his third year. You know, we got Jose. I think Jose got a year or two left on his deal. It's time to go, man. It's time to go. We got these other guys we drafted here on 4-year deals, whatever. But it's time to go, man. All this other shit got to go, man. It's got to win. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.